Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, though, people? Y'all already know I am on one, man. Look, I got on the the Bradzilla shirt, man, because all he does is damage. Ooh. Cook. What up, though, people? As always, you all, Champ family, are the biggest part of this platform. We appreciate you guys starting your day with the Wake Up Woodward crew. As always, smash that like button, and if and when you have, encourage somebody else to do the same as well. Brad Holmes is cooking up, man. You already know I'm on one. I'm trying to reserve the energy a little bit.
Don't reserve it. Let it out. Let it out. Yesterday, what a day for the Detroit Lions. What a day. I know the last thing I think people remember from last night, maybe it's that Red Wings loss. We're going to talk about that. But to start this off, come on, man. DJ Reader. Marcus Davenport was at the podium yesterday. And guess what?
Dropping bars.
How about some contract extensions for Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Chris Spielman? That happened after our show yesterday. So this is our first time getting to touch on that, but have ourselves a day, Detroit Lions fans.
Hey, you have been saying it since the beginning of the week. It's just the start of free agency. Just let things play themselves out. And now the Detroit Lions have put themselves in a very, very good position heading into this NFL draft. But first, bro.
Yes.
First, you got to tell the people what we're talking about today. We'll introduce the booth, and then we'll get around the city.
150%. We're going to be talking a lot of Lions today. Sorry about your luck. We're talking Lions. We're going to talk about these moves. DJ Reader, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Chris Spielman. We're going to talk about these press conferences yesterday. There were some bars. Both from Marcus Davenport and DJ Reader.
In the room, right?
I was in the room. I got a question into DJ Reader, but just their vibe, their aura, it was awesome. They're totally Detroit Lions players. I think you're going to really like these, all of these free agents that are coming in. At 9 o'clock, I have something to reveal to you. It's big. It's new.
Oh,
it's a little different.
my God.
It's taken a different turn this
going?
week. But my Big Mock 2.0 is being revealed at 9 o'clock. We're going to talk about React That for 2 segments. We're going to talk some Pistons because we have a special surprise for you in the sound booth today. And we're going to just tease the Tigers for next week. Next week, our real Tigers coverage is going to start. We're less than 2 weeks from opening day, so we're going to hit on that. And you know how we end this with what's trending with JB Smooth. So it's going to be an incredible day. Happy birthday to Neil Rule, Tammy Chin in the chat. Shoot, before you introduce everybody around, let's shout out this chat. We got Ryan's reaction in here. Tammy, Shane D, Anakin Sky Ogre, Dusty Bergdorf.
Hey, look at Jay-Z J. Kool-Aid fired up on the Reader signing.
Bro.
Already on. Hey,
Eduardo
is going on during the segment. Y'all already know.
Tell them the surprise we got for him today.
Hey, you know what? Let's introduce our booth. We'll start here first. This is always a treat. It's Woodward Sports' MVP over here, Mr. JB Smooth in the TD booth.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What up, though, man? Hey,
what's going on?
The hat is cold. I like
see,
that.
Got to represent the Bay, the city. You know, shout out my Warriors.
And
Dun, dun, dun.
somebody who is just an absolutely great person, great at what he does over here, man. Mr. Chris Platty in the sound booth today.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here, everybody. Ecstatic to be a part of this show. And, you know,
Fire jersey.
I'm not I had to what's out because I'll be at the game tonight. So shout out. Hopefully he plays. I see that he might not play. There's some injury management.
Come on.
So hopefully Cade plays tonight. But I'm excited to be on the show, man. And, you know, JB's the MVP. I'm trying to work. I'm gunning for most improved right now. Most improved. That's the award I'm going for. I'm MVP's, you know, a future season down the line, but happy to be here, fellas.
Bro, glad to have you on the show.
You're the man. You're the biggest basketball surprise we've had this morning. There was Eric Spoelstra hanging over there a little bit in roast coffee. The Miami Heat and the Pistons play tonight. We're going to hit on that a little bit later. They play at 7 o'clock, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Not at LCA, are they? No.
Yeah, at
He's
LCA.
here. Of course you're at LCA. I'm losing it. Losing it. It was a big day yesterday. Kool-Aid, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. You already know I'm on one.
Hey,
I'm just
yes.
sitting here, count down. DJ Reader is aligned, that segment. I might have to get the bat, man, because Brad Holmes is carrying a big stick. And it's only appropriate on the day that you're going to reveal your big mock as well.
Right. Everything changed.
Yeah. But I got it.
It sounds a little wild, yeah.
I got to shout out to KG and shout out to Flannel Sam as well. Detroit's #1 draft. Hey, there's KG. He's with us in spirit. And Mr. Flannel Sam, he will be on Big D Energy today. But we got to make sure we round out our starting 5 and our 6th man, Mr. Terry.
Also, we got to hit that guy 62 who's been a member for 1 year. 1 year, 12 months. And he's got a message. He's got a message after becoming a member. He says, to the Brad Holmes haters, I said good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
He said it in all caps, so I probably should. Good day.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Good day.
Isn't it weird how things over this week? There was a lot of energy, a lot of what's going on. Brad Holmes is losing it. Like, what are the Lions doing? Everyone's getting better. I'm not here to pick on those people, but this team got significantly better yesterday. It's all starting to come together, and again, it's still under 48 hours since free agency has started, so we still got time. What this all does, it allows them to do whatever they want for the rest of free agency, pick whatever player, position they want in the draft.
Yep.
This is an awesome start. But Kool-Aid, yesterday, DJ Reader signs a 2-year, $27.25 million contract with $9 million guaranteed. That's not much.
That's not much at all.
It's a lot of money,
It's
but
a proven deal.
yeah.
It puts the Lions in a really good position to kind of safeguard themselves against any type of injury that he may have. But honestly, I think that this puts it in DJ Reader's hands to go out there and be the best football player he can be for these Detroit Lions and help put them over the top as it relates to a Super Bowl chase. These guys that are walking into this organization and franchise right now, they are all saying the same things. You're hearing the words grit. You're hearing the things work. You're hearing a lot of love for Detroit. But the common theme here, Super Bowl. That's what you want to hear out of all these players that are coming to this franchise right now. And DJ Reader has been no different.
And he's been there.
And
he's been to the Super Bowl.
Man, dog, the experience on this squad.
He's been to the Super Bowl. Carlton Davis III has been and won a Super Bowl. Marcus Davenport has played in 4 playoff games. Mick Robinson hasn't been to the playoffs yet, but he's the youngest of the crew. We got guys coming in with experience wanting to take it to the next level. JB, if I could ask you while we continue to go through it, could you put up a poll? I'll give you discretion. Just how are you feeling about the DJ Reader signing, or how would you grade it? How do you feel about the Lions?
Yeah,
if you could do that, JB, for me, I would really appreciate
it. The grade
it.
is what I want to hear.
What?
The grade. I think that's a good one.
Perfect.
Just to get people's feel their temperature check.
Temperature, yeah. However, JB's a legend. He's got it. We got. So you got that graphic up. That wasn't the only move, and we're going to talk way more DJ Reader at 8:15 in about 7 minutes. They also signed Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Executive Vice President and General Manager Brad Holmes, Head Coach Dan Campbell, and Chris Spielman, the Special Assistant to the President and CEO Sheila Hamp, to multi-year extensions. Yep. I'm not for sure if the Chris Spielman details have all come out yet, but the extension for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is for 2 years, so they're locked in for till 2027. Just another vote, another jab at the stability of this organization, keeping those 2 guys together for at least a few more years.
That look like me and Broder.
Bro, skit time.
What's good, Flatty?
So I said this yesterday on the heavyweights. The funny thing about about Brad Holmes is we talk about contract extensions for him, and why hasn't he extended Amon-Ra yet? Where's Goff's extension? All of these things. And to be real with you, the first extension I've ever seen him sign was himself. That's the only extension I've ever seen this man sign. So
I did not even think about that, but you're spot on.
He's sitting there like, I think that I will. I deserve this.
He's just got to make sure the money's there first. He's got to make sure it's there first.
So since he's been extended, we expect Goff and Panay and Amon-Ra to just come next, right?
Yeah.
No, that is a good one. Let's move on real quick. We're going around the city. What happened?
Baby food.
That must have said something. Let's finish going around the city. We promised you every day at 8:05 we're going to hit on all the news from last night. And again, 8:15, we're getting back to DJ Reader. The Tigers, they won yesterday. No, they didn't. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
My notes are all jacked up. They beat the Yankees 7-0. Another shutout for this team. Parker Meadows played well in center field. Designated hitter Riley Green. Kerry Carpenter went 2 for 3, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs. And then we'll just talk about one pitcher, Casey Mize. This is a guy we've been talking about coming back from some injuries. expected to be a big part of this rotation. He throws 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, but didn't give up an earned run. So this staff, this team, these young guys, these veterans, they're starting to come into their own here in spring training. And again, I think it's 13 days till opening day. It's less than 2 weeks. So next week, we're going to really turn up our Tigers coverage. I'm excited for that. But this week, there's just too much free agency talk. We got to hit on this Lions news. I hate to do this to you, Kool-Aid.
Yes,
the Red Wings, what'd they do last night?
You know what? We got them up here right now on the screen. They look sad, man, at the press conference. They look sad. They are now 0-7 since they put that garbage patch, the priority waste management patch, on their jersey. Last Friday, that was my chin music, man. Get that patch gone. Get it gone. They fall 4-1 to the Coyotes, man. I don't even understand what's going on right now. Do you still keep the faith as it relates to their playoff push? Because they did fall out of the wild card into a tie.
I can't.
It's getting tough, man.
I can't confidently look at you in the eye and say I'm confident that they're going to make the playoffs. I still think they have the right pieces. They have the right team to finish the season off the right way, where they can maybe sneak into the playoffs. But what is troubling to me, this is a play. What I'm trying to say, this isn't a Steve Yzerman issue. This is their play on the ice. It's not just Dylan Larkin being out with an injury. The energy we see is not there. The Coyotes are coming to LCA, and the Red Wings are getting booed off the ice after a loss. Like, that's the stuff that can't happen, and you don't expect to happen with veterans like Patrick Kane with the Brinket. So something's going on. I had hoped that after the scuffle they had in practice yesterday before the game, light a fire. Yeah. And it looked like it was heading that way for most of the game, despite an early goal by the Coyotes. Lucas Raymond answered right back. It was 1-1 there near the end of the first period, and then they just lost it. They just lost all their energy and allowed Arizona. It's so weird calling them the Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah,
allowed them back into the game, right?
It's kind of weird, but also at the same time, not only are they getting booed off the ice, but they're also booing the patch that is on their jerseys.
Priority sucks! Priority sucks!
Wow. And they're getting 1-star reviews on Google. Like, people are tearing them apart.
Yeah, this is getting bad.
For the first couple losses, I didn't think it was going to get to 7, but I was feeling the priority was going to be the beneficiary of some troubling play, like Wingstop and the Pistons, who made hundreds of millions of dollars from the Pistons losing streak. What you got, Chris?
No, I just don't understand. Can anybody explain to me? Because it hasn't been explained in a way that makes sense. Why did they do it like in 60 games into the season?
That's a great question.
That just doesn't make sense. Those are things you handle in the off season. You set up, okay, next year for this season, priority management will be our What'd they do? They just they got an extra 20 games. It's so weird the timing of it to just bring it out in the middle of a season.
That's a great point.
It's tough,
I almost didn't even think about that. And especially hockey players are superstitious. Even if it didn't turn into 7 losses, just like putting something new on your jersey in the middle of a season after 6 straight after 6 straight wins. Someone in that organization gonna be like, hey, can we just wait 28 games?
It's like I told you guys before the show, I'm a man of faith, but this priority patch is making me a believer in superstition right now. This thing, you can't deny it at this point, yo. When I picked it for chin music last week, it was a little bit of humor, a little bit of hubris there. Now I'm just like, wait a second, what is going on? What is going on?
Nobody knows.
Get it together.
Nobody knows.
Get it together. Because right now, the Detroit Pistons are the hottest team in Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
Hockey town,
Pistons,
man.
please, no patches. Please.
Speaking of, Pistons play tonight.
They do.
Pistons play tonight.
They've won 3 of their last 4. They play the Miami Heat tonight at LCA, 7 p.m. I know the Detroit Pistons fans, they've been supporting all season. I'm going to continue to say it. They're top 20 in attendance in the NBA. And that is a testament to who Detroit sports fans are. They really don't. When they say, you know what, I didn't jump off the bandwagon during the Lions years, they really didn't. They really didn't. So it's cool to kind of see them continue to support the Pistons right now. They do want to see better out of this team, but they do have a little bit of hope as it relates to this young core.
How many wins have they had since the Troy Weaver incident? Has it only been it doesn't involve all 3?
It's been back-to-back wins. They're undefeated.
We got a flannel road to 18. 18 wins on the season. They're going. They're going. So they're coming up tonight. Also, DCFC, Detroit City Football Club. They open their season tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at Colorado Springs Football Club. So they're not home. Their next home game, I believe, is next weekend. Again, we're going to keep coverage of DCFC this season. Should be an exciting one for them, too.
I can't wait to hit a game.
I can't wait.
I can't
wait. But it is 8:15. We're going to take a little bit of break.
And I'm ready to put this chain on.
And Kool-Aid's putting the chain on. Cordell wants me to do the Carlton dance when we get back from break. Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But we're about to turn this up. Let's talk some Lions. Let me tell you first about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. They have an experience. If you want to experience a squeaky clean gym, Planet Fitness is where you got to go. They got tons of equipment, cardio equipment, some free weights, some machines, everything you need to reach your fitness goals, hydro massage beds, tanning booths. They literally have everything. You can get access to this for $10 a month or a black card for $24.99. They have everything you can need. Your fitness is essential at Planet Fitness. Essential.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They still have the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. They're located on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Also, their flagship dealership is in Dearborn. Check them out today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Let's drive.
I'm a big believer in faith, and God's always got a plan for me, and where he wants me to be is where I'm supposed to be. And so, I feel like this is the place. I'm excited about what they got going on. The energy here, as soon as I got here today, was amazing. So I was super happy. Saw some familiar faces, and that was a really good feel. So I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, man.
Woo! Y'all already know, man. What up, though, people? Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Woodward Chat family. We're going to have some fun today. I think we've already started off with a little bit of fun, but it's about to go to a whole new level. Brad Holmes is cooking, man. He's cooking. Where's the chain? Chat family, you already know. Hit the like button to support your crew. The phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. That's back.
You have the bat, and so does Stick.
Let's go.
You got the bat. Looks like Stick does too.
Let's go. Let's go. And it's the Godzilla shirt. Bradzilla shirt, because he's working everything, man. We got to talk about what this means. DJ Reader to the Detroit Lions. You've been telling people all week, just chill. Just chill. RELAX. Just relax.
Stick radio in the chat. I got to point this out. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Reader all in one day. I don't have enough blood to support this. You know what he's talking about, too. These are arousing moves. These are moves that really get the people going. And for real, though, these are strategic. We're just going to talk about DJ Reader for a second. This is a strategic move to bring out the best of everybody around him on this defense.
Yes.
This is a massive human being, a Super Bowl appearing defensive tackle who has experience from some of the greatest defensive tackles this league has seen, coming to Detroit, choosing to come to Detroit. He's a two-time team captain for the Bengals, but he wants to come to this new environment, this new team. He feels the energy, like we saw in that clip coming out of the break. He feels the energy coming out of this entire organization, coming to this building, them giving him a chance after 2 torn quads. He's still rehabbing the most recent one. He expects to be ready for the opening, the first week of the season, if not much sooner. But to come in and have these conversations with Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, we're going to play a few clips, but he talks about just the faith that they had in him, the conversations they had. Brad Holmes sees that he's a gamer. He sees that, he said this to Marcus Davenport too, he sees the appreciation of him playing football whenever he can get out on the field. So these are the type of guys they're taking a chance on. And the chance on DJ Reader, the 2-year chance with only $9 million guaranteed, this is an epic move for this defense because he is a run-stuffing defensive tackle. The stats, he might not blow you away with stats or sack numbers. He eats up blocks. He eats up double teams so that Aleem McNeil can run free. He can get there and get the quarterback. He can sack the quarterback. Aiden Hutchinson, his game is going to go like this, directly up. This opens him up. This opens Jack Campbell up, the linebackers behind him coming in on the run. This secondary, they didn't sign L'Jarius Sneed. They're not done in their secondary, but they got some really competitive, really strong pieces. And DJ Reader, what he can do stuffing that run alongside Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston, Marcus Davenport, Kaminsky, this entire crew, they just got better. All of those players got better today with the DJ Reader signing.
This segment is brought to you by Cooking with Brad Holmes. And furthermore, you're talking about all the players that are already here with the Detroit Lions. How much easier of a job did it just get for whatever defensive backfield player that Brad Holmes decides to take in the draft? How much easier does it get for whatever edge rusher he decides to draft in this upcoming NFL draft? Think about that. You're talking about a guy who eats up blocks. We're talking about a guy who's going to have to be absolutely game plan for health. Obviously, we're going to continue to say health aside. I believe he's going to have a healthy year. Yeah. That's just me. I believe that Brad Holmes at this point in time understands that there's an opportunity and there's a time where you want to take risks and take chances on players. But right now with the Super Bowl window, you have to be sure about the deals that you're making. And at this point in time, I'm trusting in what Brad's doing, and I'm liking what Brad's doing.
And they're not giving 2-year deals if they don't believe that he can come and contribute in year one. If they don't believe, if the medical staff, I should be clear about that, if their medical staff wasn't confident that he can come back from this injury and be the player that he was, which after his first torn quad, you know what happened that next year? He had his best season of his career. And he got to the Super Bowl with the Bengals, had a sack in the Super Bowl. So he's come back from it before. He's a big dude. The quad is a big muscle, which is a little bit, I don't want to say easier to come back from, but not as career threatening. I do worry at the defensive tackle position or a nose tackle type position. You do get your power from your quads and your hamstrings. You got to get low. But nonetheless, he's come back from this before. And a lot, and I'm probably guilty of this too. We wanted the edge rusher. We wanted the pack. Addressing pass rush to a lot of people meant going and getting an edge rusher or going and getting a Chris Jones type of defensive tackle. But now you go and you get your run stuff in DT. The pass rush is now going to come from these other places. It allows Aiden Hutchinson to run free. And Aleem McNeil, he's more of a pass rushing defensive tackle type player. He's very good at stopping the run, but now he's going to be able to get to the quarterback. Yep. Chris, what is your first reaction? I guess maybe it's your second reaction since you got to on the heavyweights. How do you feel about this move?
I mean, I love the move, and your last point about Aleem is actually a question I want to pose back to Des. But yeah, this is just a clear, all-around good signing for the team. The amount of money that you're paying for the production that you can be getting. Again, you have to acknowledge the injury history, but it's just a home run hit for this team, and for all the reasons you guys talked about, allowing those one-on-one matchups. But you brought up Aleem, and that's something I've kind of in the last 12 hours or so after it happened, really kind of sat with and wondered, because Aleem, we talked about his versatility. We talked about the fact that he last year made an effort to be more of a pass rushing interior guy. So does this DJ Reader signing, does that open that up more for him, or do you think that kind of makes him kind of be able to go back to what he was before? Because you look at Easy had some comparisons to I forget who it was yesterday, but Aleem is on a very good trajectory to reach like a high sack number and be that guy. But I almost wonder if this signing kind of allows him to be Aleem again and he doesn't necessarily have to transform into the sack artist, which he's shown he's good at.
Yeah.
But I wonder, where he's at with it, the versatility wise.
All right, so after I answer you, JB, I'm hoping you can play the clip of DJ Reader loving the physicality of this position.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it will depend, Chris, on what they do next or what type of move, because they're going to add to the defensive line. Are they going to go after a veteran edge rusher or an edge rusher in the draft? Are they going to go after another veteran defensive tackle, more interior defensive lineman in free agency or the draft? It's to be seen, but I think this is an opportunity where they're going to let Aleem turn into more of a pass rushing specialist, or maybe not specialist, enhance his pass rushing strengths versus reverting to more of his run defense strengths. I might be wrong, but it just opens up the ability for Aleem. As the roster is currently constructed, we need some pass rush from the interior, and Aleem is that guy. DJ Reader is underrated at running the pass, but what he's phenomenal at is just taking on those blocks and stuff in the run. And this is the type of energy you want. DJ Reader was asked, what do you like most about playing on the defensive line, on this defensive tackle position?
The physicality of it, the best part. That's the best part. Being able to, play after play after play is dominated by physicalness.
It's a place that has kind of been known for its grit and its nastiness. Is there anything that's specifically appealing to a D lineman about an environment like that?
Is that exactly what you just said? That grit, that nastiness. I mean, if you're a D lineman, you don't want to play for an environment like that. Guys are going to fly around, play hard. Your coach is tough-nosed. He's demanding. He's not disrespectful. That's amazing. Like, you want those type of things. You, as a player, if you don't want that type of stuff, then you don't want to get better. And I think being here and feeling the energy here, this is definitely a place where people want to come and get better. And that's from top down. It seems like everybody in this building has an agenda to want to get better and push each other to be better.
You don't want that as a player. You don't want to get better. Bro, we covered this about a month ago.
Tell me about it, Kool-Aid.
With some NFC North opponents that were crying about the level of physicality in which the Detroit Lions play defense. But we got some real ones out there that are like, no. That's the way that I want to play. That's winning football. That's physical football. That's dominant football. Sign me up, man. DJ Reader, all of these players that are coming here, they're saying this. This is why they wanted to come here, specifically because of the style of play, specifically because of the coaches that we have here and the players that we have here. Do you understand how different this organization is in just 3.5 short years? That's exactly what I want to hear out of all of these players that are coming here, and they're stating it's because of the aura. It's because of the environment. It's because of how they're actually playing. Not a hope, but these people know we're coming here to contribute to something great. And the DJ Reader stuff, like, he played effectively the entire season last year. I've seen too much, kind of talk and concern about his health, and I get it. It's always going to pop up, but the man was healthy last year. He was healthy last year.
Yeah.
I those comments, man,
It's
can't wait.
crazy.
The NFC North going to be crying again for a whole nother season. I can't wait. I can't wait.
And you brought up the coaching. I want to show you the last clip of this segment is about his first impression of Dan Campbell. But you talked to NFC North, and we'll get into more detail in the next segment. What have been some of the moves that they've been making? Josh Jacobs to the Packers. Aaron Jones to the Vikings. DeAndre Swift to the Bears. I wonder if those guys are making the same decision, knowing that the Detroit Lions say, all right, we'll just make sure that we stop. We'll just add DJ Reader. Make sure we neutralize your run. Man, if I was a running back, I would not be wanting to go to one of those NFC North teams.
Yo.
But this is what – oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say they signed their deals, and then Brad Holmes was like, all right, DJ Reader, in the bag.
Yo.
Like,
okay,
it's
DeAndre
perfect,
Swift.
man, because we were talking about keeping this offensive line elite, but moving the defensive line as well to a position where we could say this thing is elite. And I do believe that Brad Holmes is on the way to doing so.
He definitely is. Check out what he had to say about his first interaction with Dan Campbell, talking about just the energy he felt. JB, if you could roll that, let's go.
What you saw on TV is real. Like, and today, when I got to meet him today and shake his hand and finally talk to him, it's real. It's something that, comes over you when you know somebody cares about you and they're talking to you and they're being honest. They look you dead in your eye when they're talking to you. It almost gives you chills. It makes you feel like, all right, I really run through a wall for this guy, and I think that was the coolest part.
Man, dog, I'm on one this morning. Man, I have the highest of expectations for these Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's so high that they could head out to Dispo to win this bracket buster challenge. March Madness is officially here. Dispo's giving away $1,000 to the best bracket at each location. That's Battle Creek, Romeo, Whitmore Lake, Hazel Park, Bay City, North and South, Ann Arbor, all of them. Go get your blank brackets now, fill them out, and return them by Sunday, March 24th for a chance at that $1,000. Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Guys,
what up,
when it
dog?
comes to chicken sandwiches, I have got a sleeper for you. It's the Shake Shack Chicken Shack sandwich. This crispy chicken sandwich is delicious. It's actually one of my favorite chicken sandwiches in the area. You can try the Chicken Shack sandwich for free with a $10 purchase. Just go grab a shake, grab some crinkle fries, some crispy crinkle fries, and your Chicken Shack will be free. Just use the code word Woodward. That's right. Your Chicken Shack will be free. Use the code word Woodward in person, online, or download the Shake Shack app today to apply.
Yo, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Way of Woodward. As you see, we're going to continue to try and do for you guys as much as we can. I think I know exactly where I'm going for lunch, and it's gonna be a feast today because I'm also gonna go to Shake Shack and I'm also going to Pizza Roasters as well. You can never have too much chicken pizza, man. Hey, let's get it in. Definitely, guys. Use that promo code. Get yourselves a free chicken sandwich. Have a lunch on Woodward Sports today.
Shout out to all you guys in the chat, by the way. I see you, Mike G, Xavier D, Apollo, The Real K Collins, Josh Horton, Brad Hendricks, Shane D.
Kyle Stark said T-minus 30 minutes until Broder flashes his big mouth.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I like that picture.
But welcome back, Chat family. You guys are a big part of why we do what we do. Continue to hit that like button or encourage others to do the same. The phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. I saw you all in the chat wondering what's going on today with the phone line. You guys already know. We love to be able to talk to and feature you all. And somebody will have an opportunity today to win a Holmes cooked meal. JB Smooth, you want to show me your shirt?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
We were trying to contemplate, should we give them the shirt that JB actually has on right now?
I think that would be the popular choice.
Nobody wants to see that.
But yeah, look, Holmes cooked meal in honor of Brad Holmes cooking up right now. Somebody in this chat will walk away with that shirt. And we will notify the winner. We'll announce the winner by the end of the show.
Like in the 9:40, 9:50 time frame?
Yeah.
Right around what's trending with JB.
Let's get them likes up.
You guys see this comment in here from one of your co-chatters, Answer 14, Broder and Kool-Aid. Happy to join you this morning, playing hooky to join you. Laugh out loud. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you don't get in trouble, whatever you're playing hooky from. but today's one of those days that's worth it. We got this poll going, 307 votes. 73% are giving the DJ Reader signing an A. 24% a B, 2% C, 0% D. This sounds like a win. Sounds like a win. I don't know if you can tell from these clips from this press conference yesterday, if you guys got the chance to watch the whole thing. The Lions do a great job of live streaming it. It's up on their YouTube right now. You can tell from what he's saying, this man is a leader. Not only is he hungry to prove himself, hungry to return from this injury, get an up-and-coming team back to the NFC Championship, and furthermore to the Super Bowl. He was a part of a rebuild in Cincinnati, and he says this team is a little bit farther along than they were at that point. And they got Joe Burrow to put them over the edge, but his leadership is something I was really interested in. So I got a chance to ask him in his press conference yesterday, what did it mean to you to be a two-time team captain in Cincinnati, and what type of leadership are you bringing to Detroit?
Are you planning to take on maybe a mentorship role with him, and have you kind of had that mentorship role taken upon you when you were a young player?
Yeah, I've had great players. You know, I had Vince.
Two-time team captain in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, and what type of leadership are you thinking you're bringing here to Detroit?
It meant a lot to me, man. You know, because captain is something that's voted on by your teammates, and I think that means a lot to me, coming from the guys who I blood, sweat, and tear with every day. It means the world to me. I didn't take it lightly. It was something that really, really meant the world to me, and you know, I just bring a guy who's going to lead by example. I'm not very, I can be. I'm an emotional player. I play with a lot of passion, but I'm not very like rah-rah when it comes to team speeches and things like that. I'd rather go out there and let my play do it. And then you see it when I make plays, I'm going to tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that part. But that's really it. I think I bring that kind of leadership, and a guy who's going to understand. I've been in all these guys' shoes. I'm a 5th-round draft pick who's made it to the top of his position, I feel like. And, you know, I've been everywhere in between. So I'm just excited just to be around, and I think that type of leadership, being able to lead by example, show the guys that I'm willing to do whatever work, whatever it is, be a servant in any way, it's important, and hopefully they're receptive to it.
You could hear his willingness to come in and just bring his knowledge, his leadership to the Detroit Lions. And the first clip that started was a great question from Jeremy Reisman, who came right after me. Jeremy Reisman of the Pride of Detroit, that we're going to play in just a second because it's a perfect follow-up to this. But you can see, man, he's been to the Super Bowl. Two-time team captain coming to bring that leadership ability. Does that make you excited, especially a young defensive line that has some guys they just need to improve and develop?
I'm definitely excited. I wanted to be able to kind of gauge your, you were in the room. How was the overall feel amongst the media and the people that were there?
It was strong. The feel was that they got two guys that fit perfectly. And I say two guys. DJ Reader spoke last night, as well as Marcus Davenport, the defensive or outside linebacker who came previously from the Vikings. And actually, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, he had a press conference also earlier, and we were talking about his NFLPA presidentship. But the feeling in the room was that these are two guys that just have a great energy about them. They've fought through some adversity. They've had some tough things happen to them through their careers. But the Detroit Lions are giving them a chance, and that faith that the Lions are putting in them, it feels like they truly feel it. Like Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, everyone they've spoke to in this building, they genuinely feel like there's something special going on in Detroit, which is why they're also taking a chance on this organization. DJ Reader could have had plenty of suitors. He decided to come to Detroit.
Well, like I told you, we saw other fans as well when we kind of put up the post, and we kind of looked across national media, on social media as well. There were a lot of fans from other teams that wanted DJ Reader to join their squad. And we were telling Brad, don't let Reader leave the city without a contract, man. Not only did they made sure he didn't leave the city, they gave him the contract and they gave him a press conference. All before he left Detroit, man. It's just like, you know what? This organization, I don't even recognize it right now, man, because it's so different than anything we've experienced growing up watching this team, rooting for this team, standing in the trenches for this team, hoping for this team. Now it's almost as if we don't have to hope anymore. We don't. Like I said, the bat is because Brad Holmes has made sure that the Detroit Lions, they are that organization now that everybody wants to be a part of. I was looking at even ESPN and Mad Dog, his A's list, the teams that can present the best chance to knock off the Kansas City Chiefs or prevent them from winning the Super Bowl. Who's at the top of these lists? I've seen the Lions at the top and in these top fives from multiple different people. Like, the narrative is completely different. We're hearing players saying, I wanted to be here. I'm excited to be here. I can't wait to do work here. This is the Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Sheila Foreham, Mike Disner, Chris Spielman effect. And it's so deserved of all of these great fans out there that continue to stick by their teams, man. It's so much sweeter when you know you have not jumped off the bandwagon at any time.
Side note, Kool-Aid, did you see Mina Kimes pick apart Mad Dog's list?
I did.
The clip I saw didn't actually go all the way up to the Lions. It was just her just systematically picking apart. What are you talking about? How are the 49ers number 5? Insane. Wild. But I love Mina Kimes, so fire away, especially at Mad Dog. But in terms of, he's going to bring something into this team on the field, but there are pieces on this defense, one of which cost 3 draft picks last year to draft Broderick Martin in the 3rd round. And this is something. Oh, we got Dante151 in chat. As I said, yesterday's players want to come here now. Dante151, that's right. That's right. I was taking flack earlier this week about Detroit becoming a destination. It's not the same destination that we normally think of. The LAs, the New Yorks, the beaches, the Miamis. If you're a football player, you wanna play for an organization, a head coach that you trust. This is a violent game. You're risking your life, your family, your future every single day. You want that team you can trust. That's what makes this a special destination without a beach. We have Belle Isle, though.
Special place.
Yeah, Broderick Martin, though. Broderick Martin. I got to get to this clip before then I'll open it up. I know I'm talking a lot here, but Broderick Martin. DJ Reader talked about what he thinks he can do to help Broderick Martin, or his approach to mentorship, because DJ Reader has been mentored by some of the best in the game. Check this out.
Are you planning to take on maybe a mentorship role with him, and have you kind of had that mentorship role taken upon you when you were a young player?
Yeah, I've had great players. I had Vince when I was in Houston as a rookie, one of the best to ever do it. Had JJ, had good friends, good mentors who really helped me out in this game. And, he's a young pup. He's running around trying to figure things out. So I can't wait to get my hands on him and just talk to him about ball, how to play this position, especially that nose guard position. This is a unique position. And there's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. And there's just things you can learn that'll help you out. Especially, you can be asked to take double teams on all the time. So I hopefully I can help him a lot, and I'm going to be in his ear about it. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm going to be in his ear and just trying to help and push him to be better, because, you want your team to be in a great spot. So I want him to be the best he can, and hopefully he pushes me to be the best I can, and we can all elevate this whole group.
That's the type of player I want in the Lions building. As a fan, as someone in the media, as a teammate, DJ Reader in that locker room.
Yeah.
The more this press conference went on, the more it was a home run to me. It's the perfect fit, but seeing just the type of human he is, what his intentions are coming here, not just with something to prove, but with aspirations of a Super Bowl. We heard Carlton Davis the other day talk about he wants to be a part of a dynasty like the Lakers. I know we're going to get some heat from Amik Robertson when he talks.
Oh yeah.
This team is shaping up. This is just getting started. This is shaping up. Platty, just your feeling after seeing this press conference. Seeing this press conference from DJ Reader yesterday. It is.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it because you know what? We criticized at the trade deadline on the heavyweights of not going out and getting this guy, that guy, and just looking at production. But Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been very specific through drafts, through free agency, through every acquisition. They are bringing in guys that embody the Detroit culture. And from these press conferences that I'm just now seeing, DJ Reader embodies that. This is a guy that, NFL is a cutthroat sport. Like you said, it's a violent sport. You are risking your life out there. So I would never discourage any player that's only trying to look out for themselves, that's only trying to get themselves to the best place possible and secure the most money.
Pay me.
Because it's a short shelf life as an NFL athlete with what you put your body through. So the fact that DJ Reader went up there and said, I'm excited to get my hands on Broderick Martin. I'm excited to help push him to be the best player he can be. And not be that, and not say that facetiously, not say that half-heartedly, but say that genuinely. I love it, man. This is the type of guys you want. That's the exact type of veteran. We've all played sports to varying degrees. Nobody probably as good as Broder here. But you all have that guy that's older than you that takes you under their wing and really helps you out. And that is a tremendous help. That's a lot of what fuels these players to be great or helps them achieve that level. So to me, that was the coolest of all the clips. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid off all of these clips, but you know, that's the one I love because that shows right there. This is a Dan Campbell guy. This is a Brad Holmes guy. And in turn, that's what's going to get this team to where it wants to go.
Yeah, and you know what? LFG, he says it best. I think that's my inner voice. He said, Broder, go ahead. No apologies. These segments are strong. Look, man, this is a big week for you. You have covered this Detroit Lions team so succinctly that when there's something to be able to cover about them, bro, we want to hear you.
My dog.
You're doing a great job.
My dog. I appreciate that.
You,
I appreciate that. So this all kicked off yesterday, obviously with Jalen Reeves-Maybin, but once we got to hear from Marcus Davenport, got to see the person behind what we haven't seen actually in the last couple of years due to his injuries, I think this could end up being, if he's healthy, this is an extremely sneaky, underrated signing. I want you guys to hear from him when he comes back because this defense is doing everything they can to keep offenses out of the end zone. They're providing that defense so that offense will stay out, you know?
Yeah. And you know who they can call to help them?
Who?
Guardian Alarm.
Tell them.
They offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. Once again, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll is now with Diamonds. They are consistently pushing to create the best cannabis experience just for you. The perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flowers with only the highest terps, making the best even better. Glorious Cannabis, check them out at your local retailer today, or you can always check them out online at gloriouscanna.com.
You know, it's a great opportunity, you know, especially watching them. You know, there's a lot of ballers, you know, just to get them all under one roof. You know, I think we're all going to have a great opportunity to eat. And so, shoot, I'm super excited.
How about that right there,
I
Kool-Aid?
love it, man. I love it. More to eat. I like it. And you know what that reminds me of? The Holmes Cook shirt that JB got on over there, because we already know Brad Holmes is cooking, and these Detroit Lions are going to eat. You don't got to look far further, man. They will be on your front porch, Dan Campbell.
Seriously.
Bars, man.
Seriously.
Bars.
Every single one of these players who've come in have referenced the players around them, players already in the room, and how whether it's their addition will help others be better, or they hope that they're coming to Detroit because there's now playmakers. There's so many ballers under one roof.
Yeah.
And Marcus Davenport's like, okay, now really, as long as I get healthy, I am the fourth option. We got Hutch, Aleem, DJ Reader. Who's going to cover me?
Yeah.
And he's a physical player. He went on the field. He's great. He can be very, very good. Now he comes to Detroit. He's got that opportunity with all these people eating up all the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
And you know what? How exciting is it for the players that are just getting here to know, yo, these people, this organization is really standing on business. You know, the cornerbacks that are coming in, it's not like they're like, you know what, we need a little bit more on the defensive line. They were already saying we're coming here to eat. But when you sign here as a cornerback, you know, or defensive secondary, when you're drafted, and then you see that they go to try and make your job just that much easier by bringing in a guy like a DJ Reader, who should allow Lee McNeil, who should allow guys even like James Houston, who should allow guys like Aiden Hutchinson to get to that quarterback and make the jobs easier for those in the linebacking core and in defensive secondary. Like, to me, I would continue to be on one. Like, the energy is so like, yo, start the games tomorrow.
Real.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
This allows them to, and we're going to talk draft next week later on as we get closer, but all these moves allow them to go at best player available, to not be hamstrung into going after one position in the first round. Like, the world is their oyster. Like, they can do whatever, move up, move back, everything they need to. We'll say need offensive line. It's a deep draft. So they have a lot to play with. It's going to be fun. But what Marcus Davenport, I didn't know much about him as a person before this signing, but we got to see the appreciation he has for this game. And he talked about in his press conference yesterday his first conversation, his first interaction with Brad Holmes, and what he felt from the questions that Brad was asking him, how they addressed this contract situation. You can tell this guy has a lot he wants to give. There's a lot more in the tank. It's just about staying on the field. But check out what he had to say about this first interaction with Brad Holmes.
Brad said, you know, we don't always get what we want in the way that we want it. And in those years, I didn't get exactly what I wanted. But I did. I was able to have great connections. My daughter was born. I got married. Like, you know, I've been able to live life. And, you know, I only think it's made me better, so.
Bro.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. You can feel it. It's just the smile that he has on his face. These guys are in a good place right now, knowing that they signed with the Detroit Lions. It is definitely a new day. All of them, from the press conference stands to what they're saying across all social media. We even got it up on the big wall right now. Man, Amik Robertson, shout out to him as well. He's been sharing the social posts as well. The statement that he gave directly to Woodward Sports.
What statement is that?
You already see it, man. He's using all the keywords: swag, energy, grit. I can't wait.
We're going to hear from him Monday, by the way, the official press conference. It might be over Zoom, but we're going to hear from him. He had to head back home yesterday before being able to speak with the media. But I expect some sound bites out of that, too. That's a confident man. That's a confident man. But what I took away, especially from that segment of the press conference about Marcus Davenport, he's 27 years old. He was he was a stud. Like, he had a ton of high upside, a lot of optimism for him when he was drafted in New Orleans, and it just hasn't worked out perfectly for him. He's been rebuilt a little bit. That was one question that was asked, and he liked how, I believe it was Justin Rogers described that, like, hey, you know, you've had to be rebuilt a little bit. Yeah. He said, he's learned a lot from that adversity, and it only is going to motivate him stronger. You know, as soon as he gets on the field, whether it's just on third down or whether he can turn into a 3-down edge, we don't know what they're going to do in the draft. He wants to be here, and he wants to help this team win. He wants to help them get to a Super Bowl.
You know
and
what?
He also, sorry.
No, continue.
No, I was going to lead into my last clip of this segment, but what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say he just sounds like a Brad Holmes guy, and I just wanted to pose one question to the chat family. Are there any other moves or free agents out there that you believe are Brad Holmes guys that you think he needs to go after before the draft?
Yeah, and remember, Marcus Davenport, he played for Aaron Glenn and Dan Campbell in New Orleans. Aaron Glenn was a DB's coach down there, and if I'm not mistaken, was Dan Campbell the tight ends coach? He was an assistant coach on that New Orleans Saints team, and he has a funny story. Sean Payton was the head coach down in New Orleans, and he got COVID. And Dan Campbell had to step up and be interim coach for a week. And this is a story that Marcus Davenport has to tell you.
Man, Coach Payton, I'm going to tell you a little story. Coach Payton got COVID and was out. And so Dan was interim head coach. And he gave a speech. And I remember it was the first time in a long time that somebody gave a speech. And my heart was like, yeah, like let's go do it. But I just remember his energy. And, you know, I don't want to say not many people have the same kind of passion, but, you know, it takes someone that was there to actually understand, me. And so being able to see him in this position, I'd like to be able to help with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man. Yeah, he can feel it.
You can feel it, man.
Everything we've learned about Dan Campbell these last 3 years since being in Detroit.
Let's go.
This isn't a new human. This is Dan Campbell that they experienced back in the mid-2010s.
It's cool to see the connection that Dan Campbell has. I forget which player stated it, but he talked about the fact that Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn are two of the coaches that players across the league want to actually go and play for. He talked about how they just look you in your eyes with conviction as they're talking to you. And to me, it's just like, you know what? This is a leader. When we go back to the beginning, when they hired Dan Campbell, even before Brad Holmes, people were like, why are you going to hire a coach before a GM? And just to see the bond that they have, the bond that they've continued to develop, the ways that they work together to be able to support each other on the field and from the front office, to me, man, that is the battery that matters. Obviously, we always are going to salute Sheila, Chris Spielman, and Mike Disner as well. Those guys have done so much to help to change this organization. But as it relates to dealing directly with these players, it's so cool to hear them be able to talk about Dan Campbell, not just from his time here with the Detroit Lions, but the reputation he's built up as a player and as an assistant coach and now as a head coach for your Detroit Lions.
Absolutely. JB, I want to get your opinion. I haven't asked you in a couple minutes here. How are you feeling about either DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport, or both?
I mean, given those press conferences that they just had, as Chris said before, I'm sipping the Kool-Aid as well. I'm drinking it, but DJ Reader, I think, helps add more all around. And I love his comment that he made about Aiden Hutchinson as well, too, saying that Aiden gives 100% and, it's just a pleasure that he'll have the opportunity to be right beside him, to play with him, and it's just added extra motivation. So he's just out there just trying to help out in any way he can. Even in his press conference, he also said that he's willing to step up and take on that teaching role or a Broderick Martin as well. So that's a fun fact right there, that he's actually willing to help out this team even more than just sit there and play his position and do his job. He wants to be a part of this whole team. I'm not too sure what they said during his visit here, but he loves being here. He loves this team. Maybe it's just everything that we want to hear, but I'm loving it. I feel that he's ready to step up and actually be a part of this Lions team and hopefully take us to the next level. So DJ Reader is an A+ signing for me. And we still got money. We still have money to spend as well, too, which is crazy.
Right?
Brad Holmes is getting these guys off of some coupon deals or something like that. I don't even know. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame already for signing deals.
Woodward Sports at checkout.
I use the code word Woodward Sports. I don't know what he's using, but damn, amazing.
Hey, you got something to add to that?
Just shout out to Brad, because he did what all of us are supposed to do when a baddie's in our possession. When a baddie flies out and comes to you, you don't let him leave without the deal. You close the deal immediately. And shout out to Brad Holmes for doing that, man. He didn't let it get away.
One quick comment, Kool-Aid, before you go. Let's not forget Trey Hendrickson for the Cincinnati Bengals. He had 17.5 sacks last year. He's been a sack machine since DJ Reader has got there. Just saying.
Just saying. You know what? I am ready for Broder's Big Mock at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
But before that, we also have to hear from something else pretty big.
A different big boy. Bro, big boy.
Hey.
Good morning, ladies. Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Dive into the fish and tips, their new Parmesan crusted cod, perfectly fried clam strip platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Thanks to the ladies, man. A Big Boy must try. It's the new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to their popcorn shrimp, shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy, and don't forget, every Friday night, that's tonight, the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. You better be there.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
All season is officially over, the 2023-24 season, but free agency is hot. The draft is coming up. It's almost baseball season. The Red Wings are in full effect, but Jack Labrador, they're here 24/7, 365 days per year. You can learn how to play Jack Labrador now on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. They got 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. So just remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. Head to jacklabrador.gg now.
What up, though, people?
What up, though, people?
Welcome back.
Welcome.
And thank you for starting your morning off with the Wake Up Woodward crew. We definitely appreciate you guys' support. Hit that like button, and if you already have, please encourage somebody else to do the same, too, man. Let's take this thing to the moon.
To the moon.
Because this chat family has been the best, man. You guys have been on one, and it continues to encourage us and push us to be able to innovate, not just kind of come to the table and do the same old, but to bring you guys special segments, special giveaways. That Holmes Cooked Meal t-shirt is going to be given to one of you guys by the end of this show. So definitely continue to hit that like button. But I talked about these segments, right?
Yeah.
It's time for Broder's Big Mock
2.0.
Let's go.
We're here. It's 9 o'clock. Let's do this. So we started mock draft, Big Mock 1.0 last week. Pre-free agency. Everything's changed now.
Whip it out for us.
In fact, I had this complete last night, and I woke up this morning. I was like, man, there was a big trade in the NFC North. The wide receiver that I picked for them at number 9, that Matthew Cook is so high on. Actually, if I, as a Detroit Lions fan, I would be glad if they picked Rome Odunze. A lot of weapons. I don't see an offensive line. That's what they need to do. So we'll get to that. But what we're going to do for the next 10 or so minutes, we're going to be running through the first 28 picks. And then next segment, we're going to start off. Who do you think I'm going to pick at number 29 for the Detroit Lions? I didn't publish my article yet. There were some cheaters last week that got actually that was my mistake. But let's get into it. So this is a one trade mock draft, not even at the top, middle of the first round.
Okay.
But the Chicago Bears at number 1. I want you guys to see what they're about to select.
Intrigued, bro.
I had them trading out of this pick to number 2 last week and going with Marvin Harrison Jr. They're staying right where they are at number 1. They're selecting Caleb Williams to be their franchise quarterback. At number 2, Jaden Daniels. The Washington Commanders, they miss out on Caleb Williams, who wants to play apparently in Washington under Cliff Kingsbury. They don't get him, so I'm going my next most, not versatile is not the right word, playmaking type of quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He can run, he can throw. I think he's perfect for an offensive line that struggled last year. So they can either decide, do we let Jaden Daniels learn for a year behind Sam Howell, or do we move on from Sam Howell from the start? Number 3, J.J. McCarthy. This is part of the Patriots rebuild. They have Jacoby Brissett to teach him for 1 year. So they say, you know what? Screw it. We're going to go with J.J. McCarthy. First, how do you guys feel about J.J. McCarthy of the Patriots, or any one of these 3 picks? Do you guys have any how do you feel? Or any reaction?
I like J.B. McCarthy going to the Patriots at 3. You know, that's an interesting one there, especially with some of the moves that it seems like they're kind of gearing up to take a quarterback. Whether it's J.J. McCarthy or not, it does seem like they might go that route.
Yeah. So then we got Marvin Harrison Jr. That's an easy pick for the Cardinals at 4. Brock Bowers, Los Angeles, the Chargers, deciding between an offensive lineman. They actually have a lot of needs. Their cap situation is tricky, but they go ahead. They get the next best option to an offensive lineman. It's Brock Bowers, playmaking tight end, also a great blocker. We know how much Jim Harbaugh likes using the tight end in his offense, even if they address the offensive line running back room later in this draft, later in free agency. So Joe Alt falls to the New York Giants. Instead of moving on from Daniel Jones in this year, they stick with him, draft the best tackle in the draft, and see if Daniel Jones can make something happen or address the quarterback situation next year. Dallas Turner, an edge rusher, falls to the Titans. They put a lot on offense, but they need that edge rusher next to Jeffrey Simmons and Malik Neighbors. Another weapon for Mr. Kirk Cousins, Mr. Michigan State Spartan, whose agent is the goat of all goats. Anything stand out in these few picks, or you guys want to move on?
I think you're doing a great job, bro.
I like it. My only thing would be quickly is that, do you think that there's any chance that, because the Patriots are, they're gonna take the third quarterback, whoever it ends up being, whether it's Drake May or if it's JJ, do you see a world in which they are kind of okay with that, and then they trade back so that somebody can get Marvin Harrison? Because Marvin Harrison, like you're right, like I don't see him going past forward to the Cardinals. I don't see the Cardinals pass him up. But him being the generational prospect that he is at wide receiver, I could see some kind of maneuvering right there at that 3 spot.
Yes, and I'm going to address that in 1 second. Dante151, I missed this one. I was focusing on the NFL. Sam Howell did get traded last night. He's a Seahawk. This is confirmed. If you guys could confirm it with me, that would be great. Doesn't change it. Actually, yeah. Jaden Daniels, there's your starting quarterback for the Commanders. So, Chris, in my first mock draft 1.0, I had them trading back to 6 with the Giants. The Giants moved up to draft Drake May, and they picked J.J. McCarthy at 6, but acquired another draft pick to continue to build out. They have a ton of needs. But the fact that you brought that up makes me so happy about what comes next. Once number 9 starts, where the Bears are. This is a Bears slot at number 9. They get Caleb Williams. They just traded for Keenan Allen, so they don't necessarily need a wide receiver. So at number 9, they trade out to the New England Patriots. Patriots trade up for their second top 10 pick. This is the only trade I have in the first round. They take Rome Odunze out of Washington to give J.J. McCarthy, and in this first year, Jacoby Brissett, a weapon there on the outside. He's one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the draft. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr., he's a special talent and is the best, but Rome Odunze has a case.
It's something, the difference that a week makes, because when we went through your first big mock, there were players that I was like, you know what, the Detroit Lions, if they drop just far enough, or even if they don't, there's some players here, they have to at least make some attempt to see how do they get up and draft some of these players. After a week, I'm sitting back a little bit more like, you know what, Brad Holmes is giving himself the opportunity now. If he wants to trade back, if he just wants to stay at 29, or if he wants to trade up, like, all of the power is directly in his hands right now.
Absolutely.
He set the Detroit Lions up very well for this draft.
Absolutely. So we're moving on. The Jets, Aaron Rodgers gets a really versatile tackle. Fuaga to Oregon State. They're at pick number 10. Drake May goes to the Vikings. They miss out on J.J. McCarthy. They don't trade up, but they still need their quarterback. He seems like a good fit to learn behind QB coach Josh McCown and Sam Darnold, who they brought in on a 1-year, $10 million deal. This is the one pick that stayed the same. The only pick that was the same from last week, Bo Nix to the Broncos. I can't move past yet the connection. It feels like a Drew Brees, Sean Payton type relationship that they need everything in Denver. Why not just start with the quarterback? Get him on a 5-year deal and work through it. You guys cool with Bo Nix to the Broncos? Cool. Nate Wiggins. A lot of upside, injury concerns, but and he goes to the Raiders. They need some DB help because, they lost a guy, came here to Detroit, signed with the Lions. They take Nate Wiggins. Byron Murphy. It's a new man to take over that defensive tackle position. The Saints, they also, I guess most teams in the top 15 have multiple needs to address, but Byron Murphy falling to them at 14, I think, is a home run for them. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback. Do you have something about Byron Murphy?
Oh, no, I was...
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell at Toledo. The Colts have an up-close and personal view have had an up-close and personal view of Quinyon Mitchell this year at Toledo. They snag him. I had Cooper DeJean going to them in mock draft 1.1. Quinyon drops to them at 15, and then at 16. Seattle. I'm glad I didn't put a quarterback here.
Yeah.
Because they just got Sam Howell confirmed.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you. So they go with edge rusher Latu out of UCLA. Arguably one of the highest upsides in the draft. His neck injury, he's medically retired before. The only question mark, the dude's a stud. The last 8 picks of this segment before we talk about who the Lions are going to pick. You're seeing how this plays out. But 17 through 24?
Yeah, I don't like this.
You don't like this?
I don't like this.
There's some stuff happening. There's some guys falling. Terrion Arnold goes to the Jaguars. Looks like a good fit to me. Joe Burrow gets some protection up front. The Bengals take, I always butcher this name, Olamuyiwa Fashanu. Big tackle from Penn State. Goes up against Chop Robinson. and Isaac every day in practice. He goes to the Bengals. Cooper DeJean, cornerback, goes to L.A. to play with Stafford. And more bolstering that defense. Troy Fautanu, tackle. I love this tackle, by the way. He is able to move to guard. Steelers need to address that offensive line with Russell Wilson. They have 2 up-and-coming tackles, so maybe Fautanu doesn't play tackle, but they just got to continue to bolster that, especially with the defensive additions they made. Jared Verse falls to the Dolphins at number 21. That's a big move. That's a big move for them. And I want to make sure I got my notes correctly. You put him next to Bradley Chubb and Shaq Barrett on that defense. Like we're talking about DJ Reader stuff in the run here. You put Jared Verse on the edge with what they already have. That's a big move for a Dolphins defense that needs to step up and play with that offense. Kool-Aid McKinstry at 22 to the Eagles.
Man,
These next 2 picks, I think, are the home runs of the draft. I'm not happy about it. I would love either of them here. Maybe Jerzon Newton a little less since we just got DJ Reader. But Jerzon Newton to the Texans. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr., and Jerzon Newton, and Danico Autry.
Man.
How about that front 7 with Derek Stingley behind you?
Something, bro.
How about that?
They have built something.
Chat, what do you guys think of that defense that's being built in Houston if they go and draft Jerzon Newton?
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. As this draft was playing out, it's like, dude, is Jackson Powers Johnson, is he going to fall to 29? Am I going to be able to pick him and probably get ripped on today because people are saying he'll never fall? It was close. But if Jerry Jones is smart, you got to take him at 24. If he falls to them, if you're going to invest in Dak Prescott even more long-term, you got to go Jackson Powers Johnson.
At this stage, though, goodness gracious, if he drops that low, you're still obviously you're holding steady. If you're a Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions,
yeah.
Goodness gracious, there's some players that are just falling into that range. But like we said, what Brad Holmes has already kind of cooked up allows them to kind of be a little more conservative in that first round.
It does. So in the chat, let me know while we go to break, what were your steals? What were your comments? I know I haven't been following the chat while I've been presenting this, so let me know. We'll cover some of your comments when we get back, but we got the final 8 picks coming, including Detroit at pick 29. Kool-Aid, the pick I have might be insurance for some future injuries. It's some strength for this Lions team, but it's definitely insurance just in case there's some injuries to some key players.
Would you happen to call it some good news?
Yeah, to me, this is good news.
Okay.
I'm curious to see everyone's reaction, but that's the good news for me.
All right. So, you know what? Look, we got some good news in this next segment, but I got a little bit of bad news and some other good news that I got to tell you guys about. The bad news is that insurance rates are going up across the board in the state of Michigan. Wow, none of us are surprised. The good news, though, is that Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, it's important to have them review your current insurance. Swiss will make sure that your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. You can call Mark at Swiss Insurance today or visit SwissINS.com and tell them that Woodward Sports sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for 2 things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Hey, you guys, are you tired of wearing that same old Detroit sports merch? I know you are. Well, let me tell you right now, it is a new era in sports wearables with new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Look, go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab. We've got amazing designs that are dropping every single Monday. We just released the LFG Red Wing shirt. We got them on hoodies as well, too. We also got the Brad Holmes guy shirt. I know I got to get me one of those as well, too. I know Kool-Aid's getting one, too. But you know what? Go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab, get swagged out for the draft, because you know you gotta look good.
Gotta look good.
Gotta
What
look
up, though,
good.
people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Thank you for starting your morning off with us, man. Chat family has been on one. They've been engaging. They've been disagreeing. They've been agreeing. They've been smashing that like button. And if you haven't, join the fray as well. Hit that like button to support the crew. Also, we're going to continue to remind you guys, especially after that merch read, we do have the Holmes cooked meal shirt. You want to show them that shirt again, JB Smooth?
Uno más, por favor.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, look, somebody's going to win this home cooked meal shirt. Not the exact one that JB is wearing right now, but one from our Woodward Sports shop. Definitely visit the Woodward Sports shop for a lot more merch to be able to support your Lions fiendism. But
I don't know what JB's Cash App or Venmo is, but I'm sure that he might be willing to share his shirt, give his shirt away. I'll leave that up to him.
If the price is right, I'm there.
There we go. There we go. No, but no, we appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the comments. I'm following through now. At the break, I saw some of what you were saying. I appreciate you guys, but here's the time for the big reveal. This is where I need you guys to let me know how you feel about this big mock. I got to feel what you think about the Lions pick here at 29. So, JB, if you could put up 25 through 32, this is the end of the first round. A lot of big guys being taken.
Let's see.
Here we go. You see at pick 29, a Detroit Lions. Not sexy.
Okay. All right.
You're taking Zach Frazier, center / guard out of West Virginia. I'm going to get to that in 1 second. The Packers take Graham Barton, a versatile offensive lineman. They need a lot of offensive line help.
Yeah.
He can play all 5 positions. TJ Tampa goes to Tampa.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there? It just seems to fit perfect. Easy
Nice.
stitching for the Jersey people on the back. They got a lot of TAMPAs left. Jordan Morgan, Cardinals. They took Marvin Harrison at pick number 4. They go Jordan Morgan, tackle out of Arizona. He's a very athletic tackle, can also play guard. They've seen him up close and personal too. Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota, a do everything you can safety. The Bills just released most of their defense, including some big-time safeties. They add Tyler Nubin from Minnesota. And then here we go. Zach Frazier, center out of West Virginia. Reactions, boys.
I like this. I like this. When I saw Powers, I was like, man, he's fallen just that close to the Detroit Lions to be able to go up there and make sure you punch that statement that we're going to remain, not just remain elite, but we're going to take our elite offensive line and take it to a new level. This one, I believe, helps them to be able to do the same. But the chat, you already understand what player they're looking at on that board and saying, how did you let him fall past the line?
Which is probably my next question, too.
Take it away,
I was
JB
going to
Smooth.
ask, I see the way the draft is filling out right here. So, Broder, the question is, Zach Frazier, I don't hate it, but I do see Chop Robinson right there. Can I ask, what was the idea behind Zach Frazier over Robinson?
So because they just added DJ Reader to improve that pass rush, and I'll preface this with Chop was one of the first off the list. Like, he was right in this mix. I did pick him last week, so part of that factored into let's try something new, see how this plays out. He would be a great addition, especially with DJ Reader. But since they addressed that, and we haven't seen another veteran guard added to this team, that is a spot, whether it's left guard or right, I think they need to address. There is a very real possibility that they either trade back from this spot, take a wide receiver, take Chop Robinson, because the guard position is deep in this trap. You get Cooper Beebe.
That's where I almost thought it was gonna be the move of Keon Coleman, right? Like the bull wide receiver move that nobody, just like last year's first round, nobody expected that to go that way for the Lions. So for me, I like the pick. I like Zach Frazier. I mean, I've fallen in love with, Spencer's really talked me into Cooper Beebe as a later addition, but I do agree that you probably need to take 2 offensive linemen in this draft just to retool that for the future, start to build that. So I'm not mad at the pick, but yeah, specifically Chop Robinson is the one that I know that people are going to be kind of surprised about.
And for those exact reasons, I was actually deciding between Chop was in the mix, but I was thinking with these moves that they've made this last week, I was thinking wide receiver. My guys are A.D. Mitchell and Ladd McConkey or a Xavier Legette. I'm more a Xavier Legette fan versus Keon Coleman, but that thought process is I'm sure, actually I can't be sure about what's in Brad Holmes' head. I believe he's likely thinking about something like this, taking a wide receiver in the first round, like a Keon Coleman or a Xavier Legette. What Zach Frazier, to me, does, it's a deep offensive line draft, especially at the guard position. I was almost considering taking Cooper Beebe at the spot. At this moment, until I learn a little bit more, I'm not ready to push him into the first round. But Zach Frazier, I think his ability to play center and guard, I think he's that much stronger. I think the gap between his ability to play center is the gap is wider than it is a lot of the other guards in this draft. He's able to play both. And I talked about the insurance before we went to break. Should anything happen to Frank Ragnow for a game or more, or should he decide to retire early next year, whatever may happen, Zach Frazier can be that guy to step in. And he's a 4-time state championship wrestler. I believe like 52-2 or 49-2 in high school. That's the type of athlete that Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, they like to bring in. He's gritty. He's a little bulldog. He's built like a rock. Like everyone's building up their defense in the NFC North, and some of these teams we're playing. We addressed our defense. Now it's time to continue to keep this offensive line the strength. If they can't stop our run game,
and not just for
what are you going to do?
Game, not just for the run game. We understand how important it is to keep Jared Goff behind an elite offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Good, brother.
Yeah, and that's another reason, like, you see all these contracts that these linemen have signed this offseason. It's definitely good to get some rookie help that you know can contribute, but you nailed it with Frank Ragnow. That's the other part. Like, people forget there was like a week to 2 week, kind of gray area. Is this guy retiring? And this guy is absolutely essential to the offensive line. So, you know what? Remembering that kind of makes me like that pick a lot more because, there's a very real chance that this could be Frank Ragnow's last season. Because, I mean, if he was close to calling it, he's a tough guy. He's going to play through injuries and all of that. But, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
And I know you got some comments ready. I really do want to hear from the chat, so read those next. On that same note, with Ragnow, his contract is up in 2 years, and there's a lot to be determined there. Penei Sewell, we're expecting an extension in the next year or two, if not sooner. So having another offensive lineman drafted in this year on a 5-year contract, just the tiering of these contracts, it's going to spread out what you have to pay to these offensive linemen. You could say the same thing about receiver. You're about to pay Amon-Ra, so maybe you get a receiver that's now a 5-year spread from a 3-year contract that Amon-Ra gets. We'll see how that all works out. But that was part of my factoring in, too. What's the chat have to say, Kool-Aid?
Yeah. And before I do that, just to kind of build upon what Chris was talking about as well, Brad Holmes states that they're building a team that they want to be able to compete for the Super Bowl, but he also used another word, longevity. And when you do factor in the Frank Ragnow of it all, it's like, you know what? They have to make sure that this offensive line stays elite, not just for Jared Goff or in the running game, but any quarterback that they believe in the future is going to lead them as well. So I get that pick a lot. I get your take on that as well. But Eduardo O'Neill, he sent in a super chat, man.
Eduardo!
He's always supporting the crew. Thank you,
Shout
brother.
out.
He says that Broder, #Broder is redeemed. I know that last week he was a little mixed reviews on the Big Mock, but Big Mock 2.0 gets
Chop Robinson last week.
It's stamp of approval. And he says Houston should invest in guard. Their IOL is bad. Dallas has an elite IOL play, need offensive tackle. If Verse drops a 20, though, and he's not a Detroit Lion, I cry.
He's one of those guys. Maybe you think of moving up. Verse, Latu, Dallas Turner. Like, if there's one of those top-end edge rushers, honestly, for me, it's only Dallas Turner. I have Verse and Latu are incredible. I haven't studied them enough to be like, move up for him. There's something about Dallas Turner. I love the type of player he is. Have you guys seen any comments in the chat while I've been presenting that you're willing to share?
JB just put one up that I thought was actually just pretty funny, man. Our chat they be on one. Who's that from? Brad Hendricks?
Yeah, Brad Hendricks.
Said breaking Oakland County Police warning citizens to stay in. Lockdown. Big mock on the loose.
It is. It's curving all over the place. It's finding a home here. We got a few more to go till the NFL draft.
Jeez.
But it's getting bigger and bigger.
Jeez.
Oh man!
What?
Oh man!
What?
I should expect this coming from the heavyweights, but you know what? This is just not how I envision the morning starting.
It's too early.
It's Friday, baby.
Yeah.
Our Fridays. I want to say raunchy, but it's the morning Wood show. It's wake up Woodward. Sometimes you got to throw some phallic analogies
it's an
in there.
Start to the day, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Waking up with Wood, I guess. Yeah.
He's over in the sound booth covering his eyes.
He's over here questioning everything right now.
We're fairly
What does
professional the
KG
remaining
gotta
4 days
deal
of the week. No, we're having fun. It's Friday. We're having fun. We're going to
Yes,
include
sir.
this up until the draft. But again, let me know your comments. Now that I'm done presenting as much, I'm going to start engaging with you guys more. But when we come back from break, we got chin music. I think we're going to talk some Pistons with the basketball boys in the house. We got What's Trending with JB. We're going to wrap up this last half hour of the show. Thank you so much for joining us. But Kool-Aid,
Yes.
please
the
tell them
chat.
about Lady Jane's.
Chat family, thank you guys for being you. Like I said, we want to be able to give as much as we can to you all. You guys already saw the Shake Shack thing. Definitely use code Woodward Sports to get you free chicken sandwich. We got a merch giveaway on the way. But I also have an opportunity for you to win $50,000. Walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and enter for your chance to win the $50K Perfect Bracket Challenge. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men is open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is
Make it awesome.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
How would you like to win $50,000?
I would love that.
It's the Woodward Sports 50K Bracket Buster Challenge, brought to you by Glorious Cannabis, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Register for your chance to win at any Lady Jane's or Soroki's location, or just scan the QR. I do that every time. Right over there. Right over there. The shot clock is ticking. Register at woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com, and you could be $50K richer.
Get your breast bracket in.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, JB,
I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks. That drives are going wild. I've got the move. That really move. I said chill. Up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
Oh, boy. Bro.
JB Smooth,
Bro.
you master of cooking, you, bro. Man,
Oh, my
thank you, bro.
He'll be a chef.
I'm telling y'all, Woodward Sports MVP over there, Mr. JB Smooth. And shout out to Mr. Chris Platty as well in the sound booth today, holding it down for KG. Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
Mr. Flannel Sam and KG as well. We definitely miss you guys. But it is time for Chin Music.
Chin Music. Chin Music. If you guys remember, this is a little play on the Big D Energy's RIP Tuesday. Something that happened in this last week. I'm going to go around the crew. Something that happened this last week that really gets on your nerves. Deserves a fastball up and in. It deserves an uppercut. However you interpret Chin Music, you just got a little beef with somebody. In chat, let us know who you're throwing that fastball up and into. We're going to follow along, but Kool-Aid, I'm going to come right to you.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me
Shout
about
out to
just
Joe
go.
Lewis as well, man. Detroit legend Joe Lewis connected with the uppercut. But, man, my Chin Music.
Tell me.
Hey, Chris, I need you to be able to put that graphic up on the board for me, man. It should be next in line. And it's all the people who, at the beginning of the week, after Brad Holmes has already shown us when we complained about last year's draft, oops, we got to walk that back. When we complained at the trade deadline that he didn't do enough, oops, we got to walk that back. And as free agency continued to go on as it started, people continue to say, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? I got a beef to pick with all of the Brad Holmes haters. And I got to read this here, man. Louis Riddick of ESPN, man. He was quote tweeting this tweet down there. It says, see Detroit Lions, for example, of team building. He said, exactly. How many were losing there? Crap emoji. Last year when they drafted Gibbs in the first round. Near everybody. Guys, let Brad cook. That's my Chin Music this week, man.
Little shot to the Brad Holmes questioners.
Doubters.
I like that. Chris Platty, you came prepared.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so mine's actually got a little bit of positive spin to it, but it's James Wiseman. Why the hell are you all of a sudden a competent basketball player? Like, honest to God, is it Taj Gibson? Do we need to retire Taj Gibson's jersey up in the rafters?
They do that a lot.
Is that what we need to do along with the Josh Smith waved banner? Like, put those two right next to each other. But no, all of a sudden this guy is playing in a 4-game stretch like an actual NBA center. I've gone on rants through Twitter, on the show. He is in my opinion, he has been this season a terrible backup center in the NBA, and I think the worst backup center in the NBA. A guy that I don't think should be getting actual minutes. But these last 3 games, he stepped it up. And you know what? He's always had, to give him credit, he's always had good hands in traffic, and he's always had a decent touch around the rim. So I've liked those things of him. But the problem is, if he gives you 6 points, he gives up 12 in the span of 4 minutes. And so that has really been the change for him, is he's getting blocks. Last game, he got 3 blocks. Now, I know Toronto's front line is nothing to be too concerned about or worried about going into the matchup, but still, he's shown a different level of intensity on defense, and that is the key to him. The key has never been offensively. I think he can get a couple buckets here and there. He's a decent screen setter, but it's always been just null and void, because whatever he does offensively has just resulted in layup lines on the other end. And so that's been corrected. So if he's actually going to be this good, first of all, why the hell did it take you this long? And second of all, welcome, I guess. And I guess I have to if he plays like this for the rest of the season, I have to eat my words. I still don't want the Pistons to sign him. I still don't. I still don't. Like, I want to die on the sword that he's just not good. But you know what? He's playing good over this stretch of basketball, and he's part of the reason the Pistons are 3 or 4 with a chance to hopefully get 3 in a row tonight.
Let's go. By the way, shout out Eduardo O'Neill, girlfriend Bears fan. Send help. $1.99.
Oof.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand. Is there some hidden? What does that mean? Or is this a Matthew Cook reference?
I think he's just saying, like, his girlfriend is a Bears fan. Actually, fun
like,
fact,
literally.
there is another Chris Platty out in this universe. Like, no. I found one on Facebook, and it's a Bears fan.
Get out of here! What?
So that's why I'm the real Chris Platty.
Yeah,
That's the fake. That's the fake Chris Platty.
Yeah,
like,
Chris Platty would never be a Bears fan.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. JB, Chin music. By the way, I love that, Chris Platty. A little positive spin on it, but you're right. Where was James Wiseman? JB, talk dirty to me.
Where has James Wiseman been is a real question there, exactly. But mine isn't that crazy. At the beginning of this week, daylight savings time. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why we need it. We lost an hour of sleep, and if people truly know me, they know I enjoy sleep. I enjoy my naps as well too. But you lost an hour of sleep. I don't know why this is happening, especially on a weekend too, where you're just like kind of out at the bar, and next thing you know, oh yeah, we got to shut everything down immediately. Then there are just some times where we actually get that extra hour, but it's not often as it is. But now, I don't know. I get home and around 8 o'clock, I'm just like, dude, I'm not tired yet. I'm not tired yet. Then it rolls into 10 o'clock. Next, 11, and I'm like, dude, I'm still up. I still have energy.
Right.
Why?
It's
I
still
don't
kinda light
understand
out?
this. I mean, at 8 o'clock, it's still kind of light out. I just don't like daylight savings time, but that's just me complaining.
We need Russ for our Woodward Sports MVP, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Buy him a new mattress. Get him a sleeping machine, one of those masks to wear over your head or something. You know. So we've got the Lions, the Brad Holmes doubters, the Lions doubters. We've got James Wiseman. We've got daylight savings time.
Yeah,
I agree. These are
That's
fantastic.
a great one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
Do you
great
guys
one.
know who I'm picking for my chin music today?
Tell us, man.
a lot of people out in the Twitterverse may guess who I'm going to pick. It's a sort of ESPN analyst by the name of Jeffrey Collum. This dude needs a fastball up and in. He duped me. He duped me amidst all the craziness Wednesday night. I fell for a dupe Twitter account. Jeffrey Collum got me. He broke some stupid news. Actually, I thought it was great news, to be honest with you. This man, Jeffrey Collum, sources tell me, Dennis Wick, ESPN, Josh Reynolds re-signing for 1 year, $6 million. When I first looked at it, I was like, wait. I wasn't sure they were going to bring him back because he might be an $8, $9, $10 million guy. But at 6, oh yeah, Josh Reynolds, stay home.
Hey, you know what though? I gotta save you just a little bit. It's 49,000 views on that tweet, man. A lot of people got duped.
Yeah.
A lot.
True. But and lame of all the bots to do this because earlier in the day I saw other people getting duped by other accounts, and I told myself I would never get. There we go. I would never get duped by those accounts. But as I'm trying to build credibility as a credentialed beat writer, trying to build up my personality, really credibility. That's the right word. I got to be more diligent, be more cautious, be more take more time before putting. I quoted this tweet and it was like, "Oh, the praying mantis is back for $6 million. It was awesome." Like 40 minutes later, I had hundreds of messages like, "Bro, you got." So this is actually a serious one. I need to be better and make sure that doesn't happen again. But Jeffrey Collum is my chin music for the day. I got duped. I
respect the take too, man.
Yeah. You live and you learn. I will. That's the thing, I will be better.
Yeah,
I will be better. It happened to me. Shoot.
And Mike G, he put his chin music in the chat.
Yes, let's hear some of these.
His chin music is to Terry Foster. He keeps stealing all the downriver ladies at the Pepsi porch and leaving none for the rest of us. Oh, man.
He is T. Foss.
T. Foss, man, the legend.
It's about to be Pepsi porch season.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. Thank you all for supporting Chin Music, the Big Mock. It's 9:38, which means we coming right back for What's Trending with J.B.
Hey, you guys already know the most electrifying segment.
The most.
It's the best, really.
Truly.
And you know what? I can also tell you where you can get the best for your pet as well. That is Premier Pet Supply. It's hands down Michigan's best pet store. I mean, best. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference, though. They're family and locally owned for over 30+ years. Over 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you same day, local, curbside, and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Woodward Sports has all your Detroit sports coverage all day long, right after Wake Up Woodward from 11 to 1. Make sure you're watching the Red Wings legend Darren McCarty and the Golden Voice Neil Rule. Shout out to Oakland for everything that they're doing on Big D Energy. Then University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards joins Ryan, Armani, and Maz for Armani and Edwards with Maz from 2 to 4. And finish your day with the big fellas. You know that's where I came from. Spencer Raxer, Easy, Nick, the Woodward Heavyweights, live every day 5 to 7 right here on WoodwardSports.com. Woodward Sports is your number one place for Detroit sports all day long, on air and social media. Check it out.
Check it out. Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Thank you all for starting your day.
Let's go.
Kicking it off with the crew. It's definitely been energizing for us. We hope that we've been energizing for you all too. Definitely go ahead and smash that like button if you already have. Encourage somebody else to do the same. It's your responsibility, right? It's their responsibility, especially for the Big Mock today. Just looked it out and showed everybody. But now it's time for another one of our segments.
Sir.
I love our segments on this show. If you smell what JB Smooth is cooking with what's trending, the most electrifying segment in sports entertainment. Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
what's
do it.
going on, fellas?
What up, though?
Hey, look, I got a lot of videos over here. I don't know where I want to start with on this one, but since we just came off of Chin Music, I will say this. I don't know if Jake Paul is really ready for this smoke.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You cannot cut a check that gets you dealing with that.
No. I want nothing to do with that.
Oh my!
I mean, would you at least be the sparring person for him?
No.
I would never want to be the sparring
because
person.
what's the point? Listen, if I give you the 100% real answer, I talked about this yesterday with my friend after the gym. We were talking about this specific fight, and I was like, "There's no amount of money you can pay me unless I have kids." And I know that that's setting them up for success because you are risking brain damage. You are risking becoming a vegetable, getting in the ring with him or sparring with that man. Hell no, not in a million years. Not in a million years. Nope, not interested. Not
Kool-Aid,
chance.
you doing this?
No. Well, like, what kind of question is that? Bro, I feel like I can show up with weapons and he still fold me up. No, like, why is he still an animal? Why? I don't understand it. I'm not doing it, bro. Not at all.
Broder, are you out too?
Oh, I'm so far. I'm out like a boner in spandex. Jonathan,
What?
Hey,
What?
yo.
Fast forward down the field.
Jonathan Anton says, "R.I.P. Paul." Xavier D. Still the man. Iron. Silky Johnson. Those are only 5 to 10 second bursts. The first is 8 round, 3 minutes each. Good Lord, I want no part of that.
Man.
I don't want any part of that. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, Jake Paul, but I don't think you're making it out of this one. But all right, next up. Now I know I got Chris over here. I got Kool-Aid up here on the desk. You guys know how to properly do a crossover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Fundamental.
I smashed some ankles in my day. I'll still do it. What about this crossover?
Oh, I thought he had tape on me.
And cross.
It looked like the NBA.
Hey.
Is that the LeBron James crab dribble?
That man looks like that man. That kid could grow up to be the professor from AO1.
I know, right?
Yeah. Let's show because that was an AO1 move.
Was that a carry? Was that a palming?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the palming call called in years.
Not
Jay Nivey actually got called for it last game.
Really?
Yeah.
Trash. You're exactly right about that. We were all sitting there like they really called that on him, huh?
Yeah.
You don't see it very often.
Nah.
Nope.
Only if you're a Detroit Piston, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, only if you're a Detroit
They got to
Piston,
go deep in the rule books to find that one. So
I know they always got to do us dirty for some reason. I don't understand that at all. But lastly, I will leave you and end on this video. You got to get proper lifting. You know, you got to use your back.
Oh yeah, get low.
Get low on it.
Use the knees.
Make sure properly.
Use the knees.
Ease.
This is a robot.
Slowly put the bags in.
Hold on, bro. Look at the guy who's just sitting there like, you know what? I can just do this myself.
It would take less time than this guy. He is just.
Hey, you know what? I ain't
using
mad at
all
it.
muscle.
Tell him, Chris. I know where you're going with this. Tell him.
Chris, help him out.
I've worked. Listen. You get paid by the hour. All right. You get paid by the hour when you do work. He's not getting commission for how many boxes he moves. He's getting paid by the hour. So it means by time.
And he looks like a pretty tall guy, Chris, like you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tall. We're all pretty tall. Well,
for sure.
You just had to make a joke there, didn't you?
Platty, man of the people.
Yeah.
I have some back. He's doing it right. Like he's using his body right.
It's proper. Yeah, it's proper lifting, but he's just taking his sweet time, and it's like, come on, man. I got a project to do. I got a project to do, and you're just wasting my time here. I could have did this a lot quicker, but.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
That's terrible.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's terrible, but that's it for what's trending with JB. But I think we got a giveaway to give away, don't we?
We do. By the way, shout out to JB Smooth. What's trending with JB? One of the most anticipated segments in the chat each and every day.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Those are great, as always. Awesome. As always. Cool. You want to announce this giveaway? I have a trivia question for the people.
Yeah.
Hey, you announce what we're doing.
JB Smooth, let's put that shirt on the camera for the people. We are giving away a Holmes cooked meal t-shirt. We told you guys when we started the show, we want to make sure that we have some giveaways for you all. And we got more on the way as well, but we're starting right here, right now. A Holmes cooked meal shirt for the people that definitely support us and they, stuck with us throughout this whole entire show.
Let's go.
We got something on the way for you guys, and Mr. Broder is going to have a trivia question.
All right, so what we're going to do, it's just going to be simple. I'm going to ask you a Lions-related, actually, a Brad Holmes-related trivia question. And the first person to respond in the chat is going to be the winner of this t-shirt. All right? So before we get going, I want to make sure everyone's ready in the chat. If you could, let's get a little 10-second countdown. Everyone in the chat, let's get this rolling. Down from 10, 9, 8, 7. Someone start us off at 10, and then I'm going to ask this trivia question. We want the engagement high. The first answer is going to win this Brad Holmes is cooking. Oh, there we go. I see a 10. 9.
8.
There we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, boys. Brad Holmes graduated from what university in 2002? Again, GM Brad Holmes graduated from what university in 2002? I need all you guys looking. Make sure the very first person. Actually, I might be the only one who knows this. Chase Amley with it.
Chase Amley is our winner.
Wait. Yep, North Carolina A&T. NC-A&T. Chase Amley, you're the winner of our first giveaway. Brad Holmes is cooking t-shirt from the woodwardsports.com/shop. Our store on woodwardsports.com. Chase Amley, baby, let's go.
And Chase, definitely reach out to us, any of us on this show, or directly to Woodward Sports. We will get your information. We will tell you how you can receive your Brad Holmes, your Holmes cooked meal t-shirt. Congratulations, man.
Let's go.
And thank you for supporting. It's always good when the people that we often see in our chat family, that we can get them something, man.
Oh, absolutely. And Chase Amley must not have, he didn't even Google it. He was first, but he already knows. He graduated cum laude from North Carolina A&T. He was a captain on the football team, maybe for 2 years. Brad Holmes.
Is that 2002? Brad Holmes' burner?
22 years later?
That's got to be Brad Holmes' burner, man. He wants one of those shirts, man.
No, Chase Amley's here. He's the dude. Maybe we should take Brad Holmes one of those shirts next time we're down in Allen Park.
That'd be a good idea.
Kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool.
Yes, sir.
But everyone, thank you so much for today. We got one last segment coming up. Get your mailbag questions in. It's going to be all interaction with you, with the chat. Make the questions good. Anything you want to ask us on the desk, JB, Chris Platty, ask us anything. Lions related, personal related. We may not answer those, but maybe we will. Who knows? Ask us anything. I'm going to tell you about Feldman Chevrolet, because Feldman Chevrolet, since 1996, they've been driven to provide a first-class car buying experience. They call it the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's got to be one in your backyard. So visit feldmanauto.com to find that dealership closest to you. Also, check us out every other Monday at the Feldman Chevrolet dealership out in Novi. They host us there. It's great. Part of what makes Feldman Chevrolet Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's better than crispy chicken and pizza while you watch your favorite team, the Detroit Lions, Pistons, Tigers, Red Wings, DCFC, Motor City Rockers, play? Let me tell you about Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Their food is amazing. Their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. They really are the perfect takeout option, featuring hand-breaded fried chicken, New York pizza, fresh salads, sides, and more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's in Woodward Sports. That's crispy.
That's crispy.
Shout out.
Welcome back. It's Wake Up Woodward. We've had a fantastic show, and you know why? Because the chat has been on one. Thank you guys so much for the support. And we've had some great segments today. He whipped out his big mock on the show today for all
good
to
one.
see.
I hope it impressed all of you.
We have Mr. Chris Body filling in for KG in the sound booth today. I hope you've enjoyed your time, bro. I hope we didn't scare you too much.
For sure, man. I'm gonna miss being on the heavies for a week, but you know what? You know, this is dope. It's good to kick it with the fellas. I don't see you guys because by the time I get here, you guys are all long and gone. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's definitely good to catch up, to see you, brother, man. Chris is one of those good ones. And shout out to JB Smooth as well in the TD booth.
And actually, while you shout out JB Smooth, JB, can you tell us what's happening this weekend for a team that you DJ for? DJ JB.
A team that I DJ for, yes. So the Motor City Rockers, they are back in action all weekend. Got a whole 3-game slate going on. Wow. So it starts off tonight, Friday night. Unfortunately, they are not at Big Boy Arena tonight. So they are actually out in Port Huron, and they are going to take on the Port Huron Prowlers. They will be taking them on all weekend. But on Saturday, they return to Big Boy Arena, and it is a big night. It is youth sports night. Puck drop is at 6:05 Big Boy Arena. We got tickets for $10, and that night supports all youth sports teams and organizations as well too. But on Sunday night is actually an even bigger night because they are rolling out some exciting new St. Patrick's Day celebration jerseys that I think are really cool. The Rockers will be sporting these vibrant green jerseys, an extra dash of flair added to it as well too, as you can see all on the jerseys. But take advantage of the ticket sales that they have going on right now. You can get 2 tickets and a bucket of beer for $40. And I think that's a perfect way to kind of end your St. Patrick's Day celebration with the Motor City Rockers as they once again take on the Port Huron Prowlers. Puck drop is at 2:05, so make sure you get out there and enjoy some hockey. As you know, I will be DJing, so come and stop by if you see me out there.
And JB, where is
JB McCarthy?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying DJ JB McCarthy on the ones and twos.
Yes, sir. Where is the Big Boy Arena? In Fraser?
It is in Fraser.
Got you.
Yes.
Big Boy Arena is in Fraser. Brad Hendricks. We're going to be at the game out there on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Starts at 6:05. We're also going to be at the Pistons game on Sunday. We're talking Wake Up Woodward crew.
Which
is going to be.
Did you hear what's happening that Sunday at that Pistons game?
Remind us.
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to step on your toes. I wanted to shout this out because they are honoring the 2004 Detroit Pistons.
Hey,
You're going to work Pistons. And man, I'm so hot that I'm going to this game that they're celebrating it because they said it was going to be this weekend, and I was like, I know it's going to be the Sunday game, and I'll be out of town by then, so I'm gonna miss it by one game. But
dang, man, it's been good to have you out there. I know your love and knowledge of the Detroit Pistons, man. I always love rapping with you. I always love doing the content. When we talk Pistons, and this one's gonna be a good one, man.
It'll be a blast.
You'll be there for me in spirit, so I'm not tripping.
Definitely,
I'm not tripping.
Maybe when we can do some content, maybe we can get some type of live stream in with you or something like that from Cancun.
I'll
not
check
gonna be
in.
thinking about us.
No. You don't need to be thinking about the Pistons in Cancun.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just, you probably got to cut the video. I could do audio, but the things might be happening in Cancun, so
Things might be happening in the background. You can't explain.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're cute enough. I'll throw them on camera.
Hey,
mailbag time. Mailbag time. Chloe, will you lead the show? Pump out some questions.
What? I did. I saved one from earlier in the show from our guy Eduardo O'Neill, one of the regulars. Thank you for the support as well today. A couple super chats. He said, if Davis is the lockdown and Mosley comes in and outplays Sutton, what are we doing in terms of the Lions' defensive backfield?
So if Davis is a lockdown or plays like a lockdown,
and Mosley comes in and outplays Sutton, what are we doing?
Yes, Sutton's your number 3, number 4 cornerback with hopefully with Amik Robertson, 2 guys that can play the slot, and that's where Sutton played mostly, maybe 65-70% of his time in Pittsburgh, so he's comfortable with that position. I think Mosley coming back, Davis a lockdown, that's a recipe for success. Having Sutton be your number 3, that's awesome.
Definitely. John F. and Lord, another Lions question. He wants to know, I think this is definitely appropriate for you, will Brad Holmes go for a kicker late in the draft?
I don't know. He hasn't yet. Of course it's a need. I know they signed Michael Badgley to a 1-year contract. There were a couple good kickers, especially the guy from Alabama. I can't give you an honest opinion because I haven't seen Brad do it. I don't know. He might just not prioritize taking a kicker as a draft pick. He picks these epic late-round draft picks, or he's hit on several of them. Maybe he just doesn't prioritize drafting a rookie kicker. I don't know. So I can't answer that for sure.
Yep, and they did bring back the Money
Badger.
Yep. IT Hips, mailbag. Do you still see it being possible to extend Jared Goff and St. Brown before the season starts, given the money they've spent on some of these free agents?
Yeah, definitely. I have a striking suspicion, and I know the wide receiver market after Calvin Ridley's contract is going up. I know Kirk Cousins signed for 45, so Jared Goff likely going to be more than that, or at least around that range. So my gut with how this is all played out, this has probably been discussed over the last couple weeks. They're ready to sign a contract at a certain number in years. Both the guys ready to extend them, but they're like, hey, go out and do what you need to do to dress free agency first. We'll be here. We're not going to let the market dictate. And again, this is all speculation. I just don't see Amon saying, all right, now that he got 23, give me 35. The numbers for both of them seem pretty good. So that was just my speculation. There's definitely the chance that they still get extended before the draft.
Yeah, and the Vikings actually just acquired pick number 23 via ESPN.
I was just going to bring that up, too.
Yeah. They just acquired pick number 23 in the NFL draft from the Texans in trade, including 2 second-round draft picks.
So they traded 2 second-rounders to Houston for 23.
Yeah.
And they still have 11.
Yep.
Interesting.
Looks like they're trying to cook something up, man.
I wonder what the big mock is going to look like 1 week from today.
Ooh. And then we got a Big Con 51 mailbag. When Goodell comes out for the opening of the draft, are we going to do the same old boo? He thinks it should be Decker reported.
That's funny.
Oh, that's actually funny. That's actually great.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Oh, yeah, because he's going to announce the first. I wonder if Decker gets to it. He should announce a pick, like second or third round, and come out, give him the reporting signal.
Yeah.
I know. As you fans, I won't comment on this. Would you boo him, Roger Goodell, when he comes out?
Any chance I get.
Absolutely.
Any chance I get.
Absolutely.
Oh man, you know what? This is for Mr. JB. Chris, are you big into wrestling as well?
You know, I used to be, so I know of the ones that are still around. Like, I think Rey Mysterio's still around, right, JB?
Yeah, Rey's still around.
Yeah, is John Cena still around?
He's around, but he doesn't do much.
Yeah, I know Triple H is like running it now, but yeah, so I'm vaguely familiar.
All right, well, this is from Jordan Schaefer Mailbag. Who wins at WrestleMania? Roman and The Rock or Seth and Cody?
Chris, I'll let you go first on this one.
Well, obviously, as the expert here,
yeah.
you got to go with The Rock. I mean, the dude's just he's The Rock. He's The Rock. That's my expert analysis. Go with The Rock.
Spot on expert analysis. If it's night one, I probably got to go with Roman and The Rock, at least to get that tag win. Night two is a different story. Hopefully, Cody can, finish the story. I don't think it's going to happen, but you can always hope.
Definitely. And you know what? We got one more mailbag before we shut it down. Mailbag from Steve-O Baby Kool-Aid. And I'm going to open this up to you all as well. What would be your strategy if you were to face Mike Tyson? Obviously, from the video you played, what's trending? He said, run in fear or go all in. I love the show. Run. There's nothing else to think about, man. It's Mike Tyson. Run. I'm not taking that fight. Bro, are you taking that fight?
0% chance.
0%.
I have no problem being soft and walking away from that fight.
It's not
I value
soft.
my
That's
face
smart,
and my life.
Bro, that's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's just a business decision right there. That is a business decision.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man.
Let me handle my business. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not even big enough to hold off Mike Tyson.
Pause.
Or his tiger.
Oh, man, I love this show. And once again, shout out to Chase Amley. Like I said, hit us up. You want to give your Twitter?
Yeah, Chase Amley, I think you have my email address, actually. Hit me up on email or Twitter, MattBro21, at MattBro21, not at Jeffrey Collum, MattBro21.
Either there, at Woodward Sports, at Detroit Kool-Aid, whichever kind of works for you, and we'll make sure that we reach back out to you from the official Woodward Sports accounts, and we will get you the information on your Holmes Cooked Meal t-shirt that you won. As always, chat family, thank you guys. As we're breaking this down, thank you all for your support. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you to the people who've been with Wake Up Woodward since we started.
Yeah.
It means the world to us. Shout out to our guys as well, Flannel Sam, Terry Foster, Mr. KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick. Chat family, if you haven't, hit that like button on your way out. Share the stream if you already have. Support your boys. We appreciate you guys on Wake Up Woodward. And we got over here Woodward Sports' MVP in the TD booth. We got Mr. JB Smooth, DJ, TD, Weatherman. He does it all, man. And we also got of the heavyweights lore today filling in the sound booth, Mr. Chris Platty. Just an overall great person, man. And lover of all things Pistons, so you already know we vibe, bro.
Yes, sir.
And we got our Detroit Lions and Detroit Tigers credentialed beat writer and beat reporter, Mr. Matthew Broder.
We're going a little chest pass here. By the way, shout out Phil. I see you in the chat. I hope your operation yesterday went okay. You were having a heart surgery, I believe, or a heart operation.
Prayers up.
Prayers up. Get some rest, relax. The fact that you're here, come on, man. That means everything. Have a wonderful weekend, Phil.
Yeah, and shout out to Eric Allen, too. He said, I love you guys. Yo, chat family, we love y'all, too. Thank you, as always. It's your boy, Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid.
I'll pass it back to our Pistons reporter, our credential beat reporter.
Hey, thank you,
Brandon Dent, Detroit Kool-Aid.
Thank you, guys, for checking out Wake Up Woodward this morning. Have a great day. Be blessed. That's a show.